All right, the big tease from former President Trump expected to announce tomorrow night at Mar-a-Lago. So what is he going to say? What should he say? Here to discuss with us, branding advisor Marc Rudov and ambassador for America First Policy Institute and retired gunnery sergeant in the U.S. Marine Corps, Jessie Jane Duff. Marc, give me your thoughts. It seems like the president flirted with the idea of not announcing, but maybe he's looking at, now that Georgia isn't going to determine whether Republicans get a majority in the Senate, maybe he's thinking get in early so you can establish the criteria for what people are looking for.
Well, you never know what Donald Trump is going to say.
Well, that's
and
true.
Why he's going to say it. But here's my advice to him, Bob. It should be 15 minutes tops, followed by Q&A. He should tell us why he's running again and what he's bringing to a new campaign, what problems he's going to solve and how he's going to solve them. He also needs to talk about how he's going to overcome the Democrats, the rhinos, the swamp, the media, and his biggest nemesis on planet Earth, Donald Trump. The things that he says, the petty puerile comments he makes, he needs to just knock that off immediately. I mean, calling the governor of Florida sanctimonious, mediocre with great public relations, Coco, Chow, and Youngkin, a Chinese name, all of this is a distraction from the great message that he could be delivering because he has great accomplishments. But he always seems to distract himself and get in the way. It's almost as if he's an archer. He takes an arrow out of his quiver, takes a file, and dulls down the point so that the arrow won't stick in the target. Instead of talking about his accomplishments, we're talking about the sanctimonious. So it's not just about what he should say, it's about what he shouldn't say.
Yeah. So, Jessie, bring you in on this discussion. Do you agree? Because it sounds like you're asking Donald Trump to change who he is, Marc, because that's the thing about it. That seems to be his character and his personality. People like it. They don't like it. But I don't think anybody can question whether that's authentically Donald Trump.
I think it's hysterical anybody would suggest
I'm sorry, Marc. Hold on.
I think it's hysterical for anybody to suggest that he should knock it off. I mean, let's look at this. President Trump got where he was by calling people out. And many people know that behind the scenes, many people do not know or not aware of it, but behind the scenes, there are very aggressive establishment measures to get Ron DeSantis to run, to throw Donald Trump off his game. They want him to run. And Donald Trump has been aware of this. They know that Fox News Corp, he called them out. They know that there has been behind the scenes people that are establishment that never had liked President Trump. So there's a reason for everything that he has done. He is a media magnet. He knows how to draw attention, and he doesn't owe any of us anything other than to be himself. Let Trump be Trump. That is exactly what Corey Lewandowski said. When you start trying to tell this man how to act, how to behave, you're going to get an artificial politician like so many we already have in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
That establishment is working behind the scenes, and he knows it.
Now, Marc. Yeah, go ahead, Marc.
I was going to say, I couldn't disagree with Jessie Jane more. Okay? I listen to talk radio, Breitbart, and a lot of conservative Republicans listen to that, and they are tired of what Trump is doing. Let me use a metaphor, the game of golf. Donald Trump plays golf. You have the tee, and you use a driver because it's all about power. And then at the other end, you have the green and the putter. It's all about finesse. Trump is on the green. He needs to use finesse. I can tell you that the name calling is backfiring. It's not working. This let Trump be Trump is baloney, because as you progress along the golf course, you can't keep using the same club. You have to change clubs, and Trump has to change his tactics. He's not on the tee anymore. He needs to be diplomatic. He has a great legacy. He's a global statesman. He has great accomplishments. He can't reduce himself to name calling, because when he calls DeSantis sanctimonious, it doesn't hurt Ron DeSantis. It hurts Trump. He needs to stop it.
Okay, go ahead, Jessie.
All right. Okay, Mark, I couldn't disagree with you more if you're going to patronize me. The fact is that
I don't think he admitted it being
Okay, I worked on Donald Trump's campaign. I was his co-chair of Veterans for Trump. And Donald Trump knows exactly what he's doing. He's not an idiot. He didn't get to where he is by accomplishing the things he has accomplished, by turning around and changing the way he presents himself. He has reasons for what he does. I think tomorrow when he presents himself, he's going to give the fair case as to why he should be running for office, regardless of what talk radio has to say. He has gone against the grain for a very long time. If he needs to change gears, he will do exactly that. He will have the advisors close enough to him that are keeping their ear to the core, and he knows what he should be doing. I'm not here to advise President Trump. I'm not that pretentious with myself. I believe that President Trump will do exactly what he feels is right for this country. He's been calling out the left. He's been calling out the establishment. And you don't do that in golf.
Okay.
And in golf, you act polite and you have good manners. In this, Donald Trump is calling out exactly what they have been doing, and the left has been savage. We need to have somebody who will fight back. He's a warrior.
I think you both
I didn't say anything about manners, Jesse Jane. I talked about using a different club based on where you are in the course.
Okay, we're not talking about golf, Mark.
You. And Trump, I'm not talking about talk radio. I'm talking about callers, voters who are fed up with name calling.
Let me stop both of you there, and I just want to point out, folks, this is a conversation going on across the country, okay? This is what a lot of people are talking about, especially within the Republican ecosystem, if you will. A lot of people wondering, is there a different direction for Republicans, or there just needs to be a new focus? Whatever it is, you are both making great points, and I appreciate you being with us, and I appreciate the conversation. Thank you, Marc Rudov and Jesse Jane Duff. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, Bob.